You were sending flowers to me. Flowers to me. I said send me flowers, come back to me. And hold me in your arms again. Ever since you went away. She's like, stop singing and pet me. Hi friends, welcome to episode 119 of the Quirky Monday Craftcast. My name is Kalisha and you can find me anywhere online as Nadiratani. I am coming to you from my home in Central Florida and I am joined amongst my big plants by Kiva. Kiva, you want to come say hi? Hi. Kiva has been feeling rather sad for herself because she has suffered a great injustice and deep harassment. We gave her a bath last night and then dried her with the blow dryer. And she's mad about it. And then this morning she had to go to the vet because she has a tooth that's going bad and it's starting to hurt her when she eats. So, we had to take her to the vet so they could take a look at it. And when Lamar came back home with her, she walked in the house and she looked at me like, I hate everything. I'm going to bed. And she wouldn't lay down. My poor little fluffer nugget. Yeah. Poor little Kiva. Yes. Anyway. So yeah. This is my Craftcast. It's called a Craftcast if you're new because I do a lot of things. So you never quite know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something. But yeah, today we've got the yarny things. We've got some painterly things. We've got some planty things. We've got coffee and water. And I have a battery that's on 20%, so let's see if I can do this. Also, the sun's setting. I set myself up for success all the time. Right, Kiva? Yeah. All right, so let's start out with some bright spots, which I screenshotted. I got a new phone. I'm very excited about this. So, hello. Vlogs are going to be much better. Anyway, bright spots. So the bright spots are positive, good, uplifting things that happen to you guys that you share with me and everybody in the comments of the video. So last week we had two bright spots that I'm going to share. The first comes from Susan. It says, my bright spot this week is due in a way to COVID-19. Schools here are closed except for the children of essential workers, so everyone is distance learning / homeschooling. Yesterday I helped my 7-year-old granddaughter with 2 set tasks over Zoom. Missed them a lot and it brightened my day to be able to help. And the next bright spot comes from Pamela, who is Pamela's Crochet and Knit Corner. She has a podcast. You should check her out. But she said, bright spot. Today my sister came to my house with lunch on my lunch hour. We sat in our cars in my driveway, social distancing, eating our lunch, laughing our butts off, and took pictures to commemorate this one-of-a-kind moment. That hour of laughter between two sisters was everything. But both of those bright spots make me feel like even though the whole world is having this very negative experience and we're all just kind of under the thumb of the virus. I need to turn my ringtone off. I'm sorry. Oh, what's this? New stuff. Shut up. My phone is like, hi, Kalisha. Welcome to the new Bixby. I don't know who Bixby is. Who is Bixby? We're going to have to find that out later. Did I turn my ringtone off? No. Okay. I can technology, guys. Anyway, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by Bixby, even though everyone is kind of under the thumb of COVID-19 and having this experience at the same time, it's really good to see that in the midst of all of that, people are still able to have moments like laughing with your sister in the driveway, or helping a grandchild out with their schoolwork over Zoom. I have never valued technology so much in life than I do these days. And I mean, I was FaceTiming my dad earlier, and I didn't have anything to talk about. I just wanted to FaceTime him. And he was like, why are you FaceTiming me? You don't have anything to say. We're just going to sit here and look at each other. I was like, yeah, it's like we're hanging out. Okay? He knows he likes it when I FaceTime him. All of my family is in Delaware and I live in Florida, so they don't get to see me for real. So, and I don't get to see them. So it's been really nice to be able to connect like that. And then at the same time, it makes me feel like once this is all over, I really want to make sure that I keep up the habits that I'm, hopefully creating with staying in touch with people, reaching out and talking to people. Because that's one thing that I'm really bad at is staying in touch with people and like checking in on people. I'm terrible at that. But I definitely want that to be something that I do going forward, because staying home has really shown me how much I value connecting with other people, even though I am like super introvert. The people that I do feel comfortable around, I really value being around them. I value having the ability to be around them. So yeah, if you have things that you want to share as bright spots or positive moments, uplifting messages, anything like that, leave them in the comments. And if ever you are looking for something good that's happening in the world around you, check out the comments. I'm sorry, I just got distracted because there is a lizard, little tiny baby Godzilla, looking at the door. You cannot go in the house, dude. But you're welcome to come and live in the mango plants. Any of them. There's like 10. Also, don't touch me when you come. Don't walk too close to me. That lizard is looking at me right now. I don't like his tone of voice. Anyway, let's get into some crafting. So, the first thing that I have that's a finished object, I put it in quotes because I feel like calling these painty things finished objects is weird. Finished projects is this. So when did I do this? I think I did this on Sabbath. I was kind of like scribbling and doodling and just playing in my watercolor paint pots, and I started putting like all of these colors and stuff down and blending them together and just going to town. Actually no, first I did the writing. So I decided when I was getting ready to turn 24, I decided I was going to start a blog. And it's called Golden 24. And my 24th birthday was my golden birthday because I'm born on the 24th. Okay. So the whole premise of Golden 24 was my intentional search for happiness. Not search for happiness. My intention my intentional actions for cultivating happiness. That sounds like a tagline. That's basically what Golden 24 was about. And I was doing a lot of reading on happiness and cultivating happiness and maintaining happiness, you know, all of that stuff. And one of the things that I did was I made a list of 24 things that made me happy. So this is kind of an update of that. It's 34 reasons to smile. And I'll just read a couple of them. So it's like things that make me smile / things that make me happy. Family and friends, rainbows, quiet afternoons, butterflies, fun mugs, walking in water or the beach, small collections of things, stargazing, duh, dogs, duh, a good music listening session, flowers, mountains, storytelling, warm white string lights, reading books, bird song, poetry, thrift shopping, laughter, walking in the woods, learning something new, working on or finishing a project, a pile of cozy blankets, good coffee and tea, hugs and kisses, dancing, plants, locks and natural hair, singing, rain showers, afternoon sun, and creating. And I think I just read them all to you. I was only intending on reading a couple, but there's my list. So yeah, I like doing things like this because it makes me really sit down and think about what is something that makes me smile, what is something that brings me happiness, that makes me feel good, you know? So if you don't have a list, make yourself a list of things to smile, reasons to smile, things that make you happy, etc. So that was the only thing that I finished, but I have been working on a few projects. We of course have the socks that won't end. I was knitting on these a couple days ago. If you're a returning viewer, I never said thank you. Thanks for watching this. If you're a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. You know, I appreciate y'all. I have fun with you guys. But I was working on this over the week, and I think I'm halfway down the foot. Yeah, I'm about halfway down the foot. So I need this to be done before next episode. That's what I need. But yeah, they're just plain vanilla socks. I do 64 stitches on a 2.25 millimeter needle. My other work in progress is my quarantine cardigan, which I am super excited about. Here is, there's a ball of yarn attached to it. This is how far we have gotten. It's got sleeves. It's all done. The body is done. The sleeves are done. I had to do a whole lot of math figuring out these like decreases and where I wanted the sleeves to be. And I have picked up stitches for the neckband. So what I'm thinking about for the neckband is I need to do a whole lot of decreases. So let me put it on so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This thing is hot. I don't know what possessed me to make a bulky weight cardigan in Florida. It's fine. It's fine. So this is what it looks like so far. And I've got my needles in for the neckline. So I want to pull the neckline in so it's probably about here. So I probably should mark how many decreases I need to do to get it to that point. And then I'm just gonna, we'll figure it out. So this is what the body looks like. The waistband, or the bottom band, I did in garter stitch to match the button bands, but it keeps flipping up, so there's that. And last time I was talking about how low-key frustrated I was with the fact that the dye lots in this sweater were different. They kind of go from yellow, like obviously yellow, like bright yellow, to slightly greenish yellow, back to bright yellow, to slightly greenish yellow. And when I realized that oh, this is hot, hold on, oh gosh. When I realized that there was that alternating thing, I painstakingly lined up all the rest of the yarn that I had, and I don't even know how I focused in enough to see the slight differences. But actually what I ended up doing, I was FaceTiming with my mom, and when I held the yarn up in the camera, you could see like the slight difference, because I showed this to my husband, and he couldn't see any difference. The only difference he could see was right here, because this skein of yarn actually has more like tweety bits in it, so it's visibly different. And then in the camera right now, you can see this yellow. So what I did was I was FaceTiming my mom, and I was just like looking at the yarns trying to figure it out. So what I ended up with is bright yellow, greenish, bright yellow, greenish, bright yellow. And that makes me feel that makes me feel better on the inside. Both of the sleeves are bright yellow, and the collar is going to be bright yellow as well. So so if that person, like if somebody does notice that there's a slight stripe, which nobody's gonna notice that, you can't see it. The only reason I can see it is because I know where it is and I know what I'm looking for. But nobody else is really going to be able to notice that. And if they do notice it, they are way too close. You are definitely not maintaining your social distance if you can see the stripedness of this sweater. But yeah, you see how that keeps flipping up like that? I don't like that. But I have been working on this. This has been my pet project. I'm very excited about it. As soon as I finish the neckband, then it's done. Then it'll be done. And I'm going to wash and dry it, because this is acrylic yarn and I do want to like loosen it up a little bit. Sometimes with acrylic yarn, if you wash and then dry it in the machine, the heat will relax the fibers in the yarn so that it's not so stiff. And then if that doesn't work, then I will steam it with an iron and stretch it out a little bit. That is how you block acrylic yarn. Steam. Carefully. But that is everything with my quarantine sweater. I love it so much. Very, very excited. And even when I just put it on just now and I was looking at the fronts, I thought, oh man, this needs pockets. I'm not committing to pockets. Not making that commitment yet, but it is an idea. And we both know how my ideas go. So the next time you see that, it might have pockets. Who knows? Who knows? But the last work in progress I have, I feel kind of like I'm cheating calling it a work in progress, because all I did was put the stitch markers in. It's my Susanna Racerback. This is a pattern by Elisabeth Desamour, and I made this last year. This was a pattern that I had in my my Make 9 for 2019, and I made a second one because my first one I didn't do it right. I made it too big, and I did the front, the back, the racer back, and then it just got put somewhere and I never seamed it. So I decided that I was going to seam this. So I put all of my stitch markers in, almost call them safety pins, and I just have to seam up the sides. The reason that it's not seamed now, and I didn't start seaming it, is because I don't think I have any of this yarn left. This is, it is Lion Brand cotton, comfy cotton, cozy cotton. I should have looked this up, but I don't think I have any of this left. So I went through my stash to see if I could find something that was similar colored, because I do have some of this brand of yarn, but it's gray, and I don't think that's a good idea. So I wanted to find something that was a similar red. I have some Red Heart acrylic yarn, but I didn't want to mix like straight acrylic, worsted weight acrylic with essentially a worsted weight slash, is this DK? No, I think it's worsted weight cotton. So I decided to go with this, and this is wool-like, loops and threads wool-like. So it's a fingering weight acrylic nylon blend yarn from Michaels, and I'm going to use this to seam it up because it's like the perfect red, the exact same red, and it's not going to be super chunky. So I'm going to do this tonight. Who was it that was my accountability partner and I completely shirked my accountability? Ha! Diane. I'm doing this tonight. Scout's honor. I wasn't a scout, so that's not very honorable. Pathfinder's honor? But yeah. Crafter's honor. There you go. So this is my work in progress. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to pick up the quarantine sweater, because if I pick up that quarantine cardigan, that's all that I'm going to be working on tonight. So I'm not going to pick it up. I'm going to work on this. And now I'm going to plug my iPad in so that we can keep recording. Okay, so that is everything for works in progress. Now we will go right along into stashquisitions. I have patterns. I'm gonna have to stop like random. I'm not even gonna say that. It's gonna be a bold-faced lie. I was about to say I'm gonna have to stop randomly scrolling on Instagram and seeing people having sales. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep scrolling on it. Welcome to Florida. Anyway, I'm gonna keep scrolling on Instagram. I'm probably gonna keep seeing people having sales and like making really cute things that I want to buy. Side note, Whitney, who is Whitney Marie Anderson on Instagram, she is the maker who did all of the brown girl clay charms that I have, because I have like a whole family. She made the cutest clay earrings, and they're like, she has some that look like the planet Earth. She has some that are Monstera leaves, Monstera, and they're just so beautiful. And I was looking at them like, man, too bad I don't wear earrings. Like, I don't consistently wear earrings enough to justify buying earrings. So there's that. But if you wear earrings and you like leaves and plants and stuff, definitely check her out. I don't know if she still has any left, but you should follow her because she's an awesome clay maker and just an awesome maker in general. There's that. First, I have a gift. I got a gift from, I feel like I'm going to say this wrong, but their username on Ravelry is Druidica. And they gave me this hat pattern. It's called the Hamadryad tam. And she said that she was watching my podcast, the one a couple episodes back. It was like Plant Mom Level Up. And So the hat, and in that episode I was talking about needing, like, making hats that are big enough for my hair. And as you guys can see, like, this is the hair untwisted in its full dandelion state. This is actually how I love my locks to be. But when I go to work, I have to make sure, I don't have to, but I make sure that I twist them so I don't necessarily look like a lion walking around in the office. But I prefer looking like a lion, if I'm honest. Anyway, so this hat pattern has, it's a big tam. So there will be plenty of space for the mane, and around, it's got like a band that goes around it, and it's leaves that are in it. So I thought that was really cool. So thank you so much, Druidica, for that gift. It's the Hamadryad Tam by Simone van Iderstine. It'll be on the screen. But yeah, I definitely have to pull together some yarn for that, because that will be a really awesome tam to have, especially like for like the fall. She says, I live in Florida, we don't have fall here. These Florida streets don't believe in fall. Anyway, so thank you for that one. The next patterns are ones that I purchased myself. Now these two patterns, I believe I purchased this so bad. I believe I purchased them a while ago. I know that I purchased them late at night, so that's probably why I can't remember exactly when it was. But these are two crochet patterns by Natalia Crochet Creations, and the first is the Betty Boyfriend sweater, and it is a kind of relaxed fit crochet sweater, which I am here for. And it's kind of very just chill. In my mind, think of like sweatshirt, like your cozy sweatshirt, just like your chuck-on sweatshirt, but crocheted. I'm here for that. The second one is called the Envi cardigan, and it is a crochet cardigan, and it has bobbles and crochet cables, and it just looks so fancy. When I saw, like, when she posted that finished object on Instagram, my jaw dropped. I was like, this is so gorgeous. So I need to figure out how to work that into my wardrobe. The pattern design, or the pattern picture, is kind of like a duster length, so like I think knee length, may even be longer than knee length, but and she did like a lime green, which is really pretty. Not gonna do knee length or duster length because I wouldn't wear it anywhere because Florida, but she also showed a regular like waist length, regular shirt length cardigan, and I think that's something that I can definitely get down with. So I bought both of those patterns, and all of these designers will be linked down below. So if you're interested in the patterns, you can visit their social media / websites or Ravelries or what have you, so that you can get those patterns for yourself. So the last two patterns that I got are by Megan Reagan, who is Bad Wolf Girl, and she's got a podcast on here, and she recently released her Harry Potter dog sweaters, and I was like, yes, yes, I will. And so I went first, I googled like what Hogwarts house is my dog in, and there are tests. So I did both of them, like answering, you know, for Kiva and Tootie. And Kiva is HufflePup, which so am I, and she's very HufflePup. And Tootie is a Ravenclaw, which I was like, okay, I could see that, because she's very smart, and sometimes she's scary smart. I'm like, do you know that you're doing that? Like, you can see her thinking about things and like processing stuff. Also, she knows how to work the windows in the car on purpose. We firmly believe that she turns off the lights in the room, because we'll be like sitting on the bed watching TV or whatever, and we'll have the lights on, and she'll hop up on the bed and step on the like the light switch controller, turn off the lights, and like get under the covers. And we're just like, ma'am, this is not your bed. But she's quite smart for her own self. So that being said, I bought the HufflePup pattern for Kiva and the RavenPaw pattern for Tootie. And I am so excited to make these little sweaters for these dogs. You know, because it's also Florida, they won't be wearing this until like Christmas. And at Christmas, they won't have any reason to wear it because it doesn't get that cold. But I'm still very excited to make these sweaters. And I can't. I'm so excited. I'm very, very excited about this. I also have made Megan's Hogwarts A History, which is a colorwork sweater that she designed with like motifs, like Harry Potter motifs and stuff. So I made that sweater last summer. I think it was last summer. And I really enjoyed it. It was my first color work, like my first big color work. So this is going to be, I'm excited to get started with this so that I can, you know, do some more color work and make something super cute for my dogs, because dog sweaters. But yeah, so that takes us into maker plans. Definitely planning to make those dog sweaters. I need to get my yarn together for it. Even if I don't start them like right now, I want to get the yarn together so I have the supplies ready, so whenever I do want to start, I can just jump right into that. I have two other things in maker plans that I wanted to talk about. So back in that episode, the Plant Mama Level Up one, I said like I need a patch, or like I'm proud of myself, I need a patch or something like that. So what I decided to do was, I have some felt and I'm going to make myself a Plant Mama patch. The plan, it's in my head. The plan is going to be, it's going to be embroidered, and I have some small embroidery hoops about that big. So I'm probably going to make a patch like maybe like that. And I was thinking about putting a pin back on it, because of course I have a personal craft supply store, but I have pin backs, like brooch backs, and I can make myself a little like pin, embroidered pin, and I'll put a leaf on it. It's probably going to be, actually I was going to say it's probably going to be a monstera leaf because they're so pretty, but I really like the leaves that my fig plant has. Yeah, see, I think that would be a really pretty leaf to have on a patch. So maybe do something like that, and then have like Plant Mama, or yeah, something like that. So I have to doodle it up and make a plan so that I can create that. But that's definitely something that I've got on maker plans. And then the last thing was, the other day I was watching the Dabbling hook, Laurell, and she showed a bag that she made that was all patchwork, but I think she said that the way she did it was she took interfacing or iron-on fusible fleece or something like that, and just put all of her scraps on the fusible fleece and ironed it on, and then sewed across all of the raw edges, and it looked so cool. So I have definitely fallen in love with the patchwork look, and there's quilt tops in there that need to get finished, but I just think something like that would be really cool. And then also I have an abundance of small pieces of fabric now since I started making the masks for the hospital and for friends and family. I've been using up my scrap stash. So any scrap that I had that was big enough to cut a mask out of, I did. And then I'm left with like little bits in there. Sorry, my nose is itching. So I want to do something with those. And it was either like sew them all together and make something, or stuff them into something and make a pillow. Because I need to not have a giant bin of fabric scraps, because that makes me feel like a hoarder, and I need to not feel like a hoarder. So I'm going to try that, ironing all of the fabric pieces onto interfacing. And I have some interfacing because I haven't been making bags for the shop, so I have interfacing. So we'll see. Maybe I'll like patch it together and make like a little tote bag or something like that. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, those are the only things that I have for maker plans. And the last section that I have written in my notes is Plant Mama Life. I didn't write anything for Life and Whatnot because we still out here. I guess I should say we still in here. Yeah, but Plant Mama Life, I wanted to show you my baby spiderlet. The video before this one is a vlog that I did, like bits and pieces of last week. Yes, bits and pieces of last week. And one of the things I did last week was cut the babies off of my husband's spider plant. And I was going to grab it, but it's just out of reach. And I cut 4 babies off of this spider plant. 2 of them I put in water and 2 of them I put in soil. One of them in water is like, the roots are slowly growing. It's just kind of like, meh, I'll get there when I get there. This one though was just like, I am here, I am ready, we got roots. Like I feel like that was the sound that this plant was making late at night when everybody was sleeping, and these roots were just popping. I'm sorry if you were wearing headphones and I just made that noise in your ear. Please forgive me and keep loving me. But look at that. You look at those roots. Like, homie is basically standing up and dancing. Ugh. And then there's 2 more on this side right there. And I'll put in a picture of what these roots look like when I first cut this off of the mama plant. And I think this was it was Wednesday or Thursday of last week, I think. So these roots are just a week old. I don't know what this one is so excited about, because the other one, the root is probably that long. So I don't know what got into this one, but it's going to be going into soil soon, I think. I'm not sure. I kind of like the way the roots look, so I might just keep it in water just so that I can see these beautiful, like, bright white roots, right? I do need to put some more water in here because that water level is low. You can have some of my water. Let's not spill it on myself like I did last time. Here we go. So what I want to do with this one, well, this one and it's 3 siblings. I'm going to let them keep growing and then start pruning back these little, like, brown bits and stuff, because this plant, it wasn't taken care of. We literally just put it out on the porch The end. So it's just been hanging out back here with the other plants. It gets watered when the mangoes get watered. There's snails in it. I kind of want to, yeah, it needs a little TLC. I should definitely repot it, but I'm kind of scared to stick my hands in it because there's definitely something living in there. Most definitely. I saw some roly-polies, saw some snails. Who knows what else is living in there. But yeah, so that's an exciting moment for this plant mama. On the other hand, last week I showed you guys my Rex begonia, and I had it in a plastic bag because, you know, I read somewhere that they liked humidity, and that seemed like the right thing to do. Evidently, it was absolutely wrong. So thank you to the couple viewers who told me to take it out of the bag right now because they like movement in their air. So I took it out of the bag, and I basically pruned back all of the leaves that were dying, and it's left with one. It has one leaf, and y'all, I don't think it's gonna make it. I have no confidence that this begonia is gonna make it into next week. But you know, I keep watering. Well, I'm not watering it a lot, because someone said I might be over watering it because of how the leaves were like mushy or limp. So I'm just kind of, it sits at the window. It's got, all of my plants are in the area where I work during the day because I'm working from home. So I open the window in the morning, so it's got fresh air coming in, got some sunshine, and hopefully it doesn't die, but it's probably going to. This is probably going to be my first casualty, and I think I'm okay with that. But because I love a challenge, if it dies, when it dies, I'm definitely going to get another one. I'm going to try again because I'm that person. I want to succeed. But yeah, so my Rex begonia has one leaf. It's not even a whole leaf because I don't know if this is what I was supposed to do. I'm just killing this plant, y'all. I'm just killing it. But it had part of its leaf was like starting to go, so I just cut it off. I mean, I feel like they're out here, these leaves, they have parts that just get like ripped off or whatever, and they're fine. So I figured that the begonia would do the same thing, so I cut it off. So now it's got like three-fourths of a leaf. Okay, 3/4 of a leaf is better than no leaf. I murked my plant, y'all, didn't I? It's okay. It's fine. It's still not dead. It's not yet dead. So we're gonna keep it going. Every day I whisper to it, please don't die. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, man, I have that's everything for my plant mama life. What else can I tell you guys? I think that's everything for the podcast, really. Yeah, this is normally the part where I would be telling you guys my life and whatnot stuff, but that's pretty much everything I just did. Working from home, trying not to kill plants, cuddling dogs. Yep. So that is everything that I have for the podcast today. I hope you have a good rest of your week, and definitely leave a comment with something positive that happened. I know a lot of people are trying to make their way through this life that we're living, this time that we are alive. And it can get really really sad, really depressing. I had a friend who reached out to her like community on Instagram, saying that being the isolation is really starting to get to her, and she's starting to feel depressed, and she's having a hard time sleeping. And I know that that's something that a lot of us have been trying to deal with. So in my own little way, I want to create a space that feels nice, a space where we can pour positivity into, so that if you're looking for that one little thing to smile, that you can find it. So okay, I would like to challenge you all to join in with me on a project. Okay? So earlier I showed you my 34 reasons to smile. So what I would like you as Quirky Monday Craftcast viewers to do is comment something that makes you smile, or a reason to smile. It doesn't have to be like anything grand or particularly deep, but just something that makes you smile. If a nice breeze makes you smile, comment a nice breeze. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect all of those. I'm going to do this on Instagram as well. Y'all see the wheels turning. I'm going to collect all of those and put them together in something. And I want this something to be something that I can share back with you guys. So I'll figure something out about that. But definitely comment down below something that makes you smile, or a reason that you have to smile. And that's what we're going to do this week. Okay? So please join in. Leave a comment down below. And we're going to do a group project. Yes. I'm very excited about this. I hope you guys participate. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me. Thank you for being a part of my universe. I am sending you so much love, and yeah, thank you for being here. Bye.